The sun broke over the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant colors of orange and pink, as a light breeze tousled the hair of 5 eager friends standing at the edge of the dock. Corn, the self-proclaimed leader of the group, tapped his foot impatiently on the weathered boards, glancing back at the small wooden boat tied to the pier. Its hull glimmered in the morning light, inviting yet humble, a vessel ready to bear them away from the familiar shores of their hometown.
Are we really doing this?
Ray asked, her voice a mixture of excitement and apprehension. With her dark curls bouncing in the wind, she fidgeted with the strap of her backpack. Despite her uncertainty, the spark in her eyes told everyone this was where she wanted to be.
Of course we are. This is our chance to explore something new, to find adventure. Plumtown has to have the best fruit gardens. Just think of all the colors.
Syrup chimed in, a wide grin spreading across her freckled face. She had always been the optimistic one, her enthusiasm more contagious than a summer's heat wave. Levie was at first hesitant, but then said,
"Sure, why not?"
As the boat docked and they stepped ashore, the air was thick with the scent of ripe fruit and the anticipation of new beginnings. But that was only the starting point. The real adventure had just begun in Plumtown, and they were about to uncover the secrets not only of the gardens, but of themselves.
As the sun rose over Plumtown, bathing the lush landscape in a golden light, Corn, Levie, Syrup and Ray stood at the entrance of the legendary fruit garden. Their hearts were filled with excitement, yet a shadow hung above them, the sight of one apple tree in the western portion of the garden, frail and barren, set against its more vibrant companion in the eastern part of the very same garden.
The apple tree in the east is the same size and yet so full of apples.
The friends exchanged determined glances, silently agreeing to take on the challenge ahead.
What do you think happened to it? It seems so abandoned.
Levie glanced around at the other locals milling about, some engaged in gathering ripe fruits, others involved in animated discussions. It would be easy to extract information, but where to begin?
Let's speak to the elders. They know the history of these trees better than anyone. We can't fix it unless we know what went wrong.
The group nodded in agreement and started their quest, splitting into pairs. Corn and Syrup approached a weathered old man sitting on a log near the main path, a basket of apples at his feet. His face was etched with wrinkles, surrounded by a mane of white hair that danced gently in the warm breeze.
"Excuse me, sir, can you tell us about the apple trees?"
Ah, the trees. These apples are a legacy. But the one you're pointing to, it's been through tough times. Disease, drought, and neglect. You see, every tree has a tale. This one was planted by the original settlers. She's a fighter, but she's weary.
Is there any way to bring it back to life?
Patience and understanding. But remember, every tree needs love. If you truly wish to help her, you must first learn her story.
And as they lay under the stars that night, dreams of blossoming apples filled their minds, and they drifted to sleep with a shared understanding. They were in this together, and with every effort, they would uncover life's wonders. Weeks upon weeks went by as they put all their efforts towards restoring the apple tree of the West. One day, as dawn broke over Plumtown, the air was alive with palpable excitement. The friends stood shoulder to shoulder beneath the boughs of the resurrected apple tree, now adorned with fresh blossoms that sent a delicate fragrance wafting across the orchard. The vibrant white petals caught the early sun, mirroring the bright morning sky and hinting at the promises of good harvest to come.
Do you remember how desolate this spot felt? And now, look at it, it's like a completely different world.
It felt right from the start. We just needed to bring back its spirit. Each of us contributed something special, and honestly, that old tree had so much to teach us.
I never thought I'd feel so connected to something as literal as a tree.
As they felt the fruit of their labor coming to life, word spread through the community. Townspeople began to arrive, first trickling and then flooding into the garden, drawn to the celebration of new life bursting forth.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Syrup called out, his voice rising above the murmurs and laughter. He had taken it upon himself to organize a small gathering to honor their epic journey and the resurrection of the apple tree. With delightful enthusiasm, he waved an arm toward the long table laden with local fruits, pastries, and jars of homemade cider, remnants of the very apples that had once succumbed to despair.
Today we celebrate.
The branch-laden apple tree stood as a centerpiece, its blossoms nodding like jubilant dancers above the feast. The sounds of laughter and the aroma of baked goods blended with the chirping of birds and rustling leaves, creating a symphony of life. Corn, levie, syrup, straw and Ray soaked it all in. Standing together they realized that this adventure had not just been about restoring the fruit tree. It had morphed into a journey of resilience, wisdom and an unbreakable bond forged amid the chaos of life. As laughter rang out and stories flowed, in that moment they understood that just like the apple tree, they too were capable of thriving against all odds. With hearts full of hope and hands enriched with the taste of fruit from their shared journey, they stepped forward into the next chapter of their lives, ready for whatever adventure awaited them beyond the orchard's embrace.